belly flop.
Yeah, just don't do a belly flop.
I think it's coming, but we'll see.
Don't land on your back.
Ready?
I've done
Yeah.
this before.
Woo!
Heck yeah.
I didn't quite get there.
Ah, it was good. It was great.
Enough.
Bye. Good luck. Happy flying.
If I know how to cook it, I know how to cook only a little bit of the stuff. I'm not like regular.
Y'all use your GPS and I'll give you the address.
Where she bring a favor to me, sit down on my knee. Oh, I love you.
Hey, I'm back to pay for pump 3.
Okay, perfect. Are you paying with cards?
Yes.
Love that we once met. Straight ahead, there's a bed. We're in love together, and Lord knows we had a good time here. See a picture on the table, don't look like she'd be able just to touch you and say good morning, dear.
So I'm going to use the cards as an example. One of the ways
You have to have space to measure time.
without it.
Space
just like
was
you
what
can't-
they discovered was the invisible.
Like, you know, you
And you have
can't,
to have time to measure.
you
time.
can't, you know, you can't measure speed if you don't have space.
Yeah.
Because it's how fast something transfers.
Right,
from
but
place to
it
place.
happens chronologically in time. Yeah.
Right. So, card example, which is something I read a couple years ago. So the card example goes with time is just something we measure. We know, okay, if you wake up in the morning and I was sitting here with a cup of coffee and I walk out and you come and it's steam coming off, you say that coffee was brewed recently. But if you pick it up and it's cold, you go, oh, some time has passed. Same thing with cards. Like if Austin gave me this deck of cards, which was it already shuffled?
Yeah, I've used it.
So let's say it was brand new. I tore the thing on it, and I said, "Look at these cards," and they were in order. They were hearts.
Sets of 4.
What?
Sets of
of 4. You would say, "Oh, this is a new deck." But if you picked it up and it was randomized, you'd say, "Oh, that deck, some time has passed from the time it was new till now," right?
Right. It's relative, yeah.
Ooh, that feels good. So, but what if you say time doesn't move forward or backward and it's not a reality? What if when I shuffle the deck of cards, if I shuffle it from new, you go, oh yeah, now it's chaos. Now it went from order to chaos, or what they call
Entropy.
entropy, right? Entropy. So now there's entropy, right? But what if it wasn't entropy? What if when it's blurred vision, meaning we just don't see what happened? What if when I shuffled it, there was a certain thickness of it? Now all the certain thicknesses are in the right order. Or the color tint, all the color tint that was a little off is in the right order. So what if it's just blurredness? What if we're not moving through time at all?
About order in chaos?
Yeah.
What if we're not moving through time, or what if we're moving backward in
chaos is
time?
a relative
We're
term.
moving backward in time to perfection, not moving into chaos.
Yeah. Because
We don't know it because we can't see details like the thickness of the cards.
Yeah.
But we do know from experimentation that within space-time things move towards entropy.
Right, but we only know that.
Are you saying that even though I'm experiencing today at 34, when I go to sleep and wake up, I could be experiencing tomorrow at 7 because time isn't, I'm just experiencing the thing? Is that what you're saying? Like it's not
Time is
actually
not linear.
Yeah.
It's experiential
Yeah.
and it's relative, which is what Einstein.
Or is that another thing?
Or,
I'm not saying
or
what
what
you're
I'm saying is, what if we're not, we're just measuring the rotation of the Earth, we're measuring, what if nothing is different? What if you're not older tomorrow? You're maybe geologically you're older, but what if you're not getting older? What if you're getting younger, but we measure age as old, where what if it's younger? What if a gray-headed person with a lot of wisdom who's about to pass, what if they actually are achieving not chaos but perfection?
Yeah, it's like sanctification.
It's going back.
So you are through life, you're getting a lot if you choose to. And for the ones that do choose to grow and experience, you are being sanctified through your experience.
Yeah, just even if you just.
Okay, I can change that.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I mean.
What if it's actually both?
Well, it could be both.
Because a body does age. It actually means to deteriorate. We are moving towards entropy, but our consciousness.
Yeah, that's the thing. Are you speaking in a spiritual,
Yeah,
like...
that's kind of what I
In
was trying to
different
say.
realms, you
Yeah.
have two different things happening in opposite
Well, here's
directions.
why time in one realm doesn't exist, because the same Khalil that was 7 years old playing with a baseball is still the same exact Khalil looking through your eyes now. Your body's different, you have more experience,
But
your
it's
memory's
still-
different, but it's still you.
it's still
It's still
me.
you. It's still you. It's still me. So that part, in the deepest part of us, there's no time. It doesn't age. Your real you never has age. Just
That's
your-
complicated because I'm sorry to have to be this nitpicky.
Oh, no,
but
no, I
you
don't-
then have to
there's no-
define like what you mean.
Yeah, so like, what is
If you
your...
say still you've developed a baseline there that you haven't explained.
Well, I mean, like, aren't you?
Because at one point
the
you're
thinking
always
part of
7,
you-
you're always 8,
I
and you're
am-
always
Right, I'm
9.
saying, but like,
And every time you make a decision, your timeline bifurcates.
Yep.
But you're always 7,
What I'm saying,
and then
yeah.
you're always 8, and
That's
then you're always
exactly
making.
what I'm saying. You're not saying opposite of me.
Okay, perfect.
The same Dustin that was looking at the mailbox at 7 years old when the mailman came and went to check it is the same exact. Do you feel like that Dustin is older? Maybe he's more mature.
That
But he's
Dustin doesn't exist within this moment of space-time. That Dustin always exists, but only in that moment of space-time. There can be an infinite number of bifurcations within that moment, but this moment is a Dustin that did not exist then.
Yes, I agree with that.
Which
Because
is why
people-
you can become a new man.
Well, then
Yeah.
then what that means is the next thing I was going to talk about. What that means is, okay, I don't know the comedian. You probably remember it. He said I had a friend that came up and said, "This is a picture of me when I was younger." And he
Every
said,
picture of
"Isn't
you."
every picture of you when you were younger?" Of course, every.
Yeah.
So in the same way, the only reason that there is time and our
Yes,
time doesn't
and
really
no.
exist. Time doesn't really exist because it's only
It's a
a
measurement.
referral back to a memory.
I
And
brought it.
Tanner,
Oh, well, I was,
Emily texted me one time and said, I think Lewis is
Y'all need to
drunk.
catch
He
up.
doesn't think time exists. I said, no.
I always do.
He doesn't think time exists.
Well,
No, well,
It's
time
so
does
weird.
exist.
We're speaking in two
We're
different
here.
realms right now. If we're going to take it from a biblical world,
If we're gonna take it from a bourbon standpoint,
yeah, we have this
Truth.
We
I
have a
was like,
spiritual
Emily, that's
realm.
Lewis
things that
every
we-
day.
that-
She
Yeah.
goes, are you serious?
Outside
Are
of
you
space
serious?
and time,
Every
that
day.
is eternity.
She just said,
Yeah.
I'm
And
tapping
it's
Where
also
out.
none
at
of
the
this
same time,
applies.
it's
So my friends feel that
reflection
same way about
of
me.
the
I said,
chaos that
you know
we're
what I
dealing
do?
with.
I'm just like,
But
I'm
both
sorry I don't
exist
care
at the
about
same
that.
At the
I wish I
same-
did.
Yeah.
But only
sometimes I
for
say,
us
you need
now.
to save this
For us, it's
conversation for
linear.
Austin.
For
He
for
will,
the
he will
heavens
dive deep into that
Because
with
we're
you.
finite.
But I don't
it's
have the
infinite.
bandwidth to
That's
care.
where the string theory starts.
The way he
Like,
feels
And
about
then the
ice.
string theory unravels.
He's like,
fascinating.
I don't have the
Eternal.
bandwidth
Exactly.
to
It
lose
only
my
works
peace
at
over
infinite.
that.
And then when you get
I'm like,
outside of
look,
infinite and get into
I'm just trying to
eternity,
be somewhere
it
on
doesn't
string theory
time.
doesn't
Yeah.
apply.
That's my crisis.
But it doesn't make it not true.
But what's time?
Because the greater contains the less
I don't know,
eternity
but I'll
is
tell you
greater
one
than
thing.
infinity.
It's
and
cost me a
contains
job
the
before.
little blip of
Exactly.
space-time
And
that is
is where
infinity.
we are sitting so that we can always measure it in a linear
the
way.
truth.
That's why we have people
Time's
trying to
supposed to
get
be
as close as
adjusted,
they can
whatever
to
that
the Big
is.
Bang and CERN. And
Right?
discovering all these different
Now, I
things.
don't
that
know
the
if it
world was
exists or
made
not, but
very
Amazon
specific.
thinks it does.
Whenever, if it did explode out of nothing, and all the gravity,
We
everything that
couldn't
came
be
to
1
existence,
inch or 1 second later or
Yeah.
further or sooner than we were, or
Yeah.
nothing would be as it is.
So-
yeah, it's
or
that it
or
either
nothing would be.
completely
So-
expanding.
so I'm
to where
gonna
it
tell
become
you
to nothing,
why
or
time-
it would have collapsed on itself.
I want to tell you
Yes.
something. Why time doesn't exist.
And then the collapse on itself enters, it creates what we would have to describe in our limited infinite terms as like a black hole to eternity.
Yeah.
That's why nothing can ever escape a black hole, because eternity is the only part of reality that time isn't part of the equation.
And they're trying
Which
to come
means
up
there
with a
is
new
no
theory
space.
for the black holes to try to
Right.
add on
So
to the string.
black
But
holes
we
are
don't
not
have
just
the
the
math
broken
or the
pixels on
language.
the TV.
No, there's a
You know, I'm talking about like when the
amount.
iodes on a plasma screen die and it starts expanding out and just taking out the rest of the plasma screen. It's not that.
No, it's like an infinite amount of what it is that's outside of it,
In it.
condensed into this own. I don't want to say time because they can't measure time in it,
Right.
but it's like its own kind of bubble universe.
So let me ask y'all.
Exactly. I had a TikTok.
Bubble
recently.
universe.
I'm new to
Bubble
TikTok.
universe.
I
I
just
think I like
posted
that.
that space and time is a bubble floating in eternity.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I've been like on X and like doing other what I would call
Yeah.
deeper platforms, but just recently I posted that one got 16,000 likes
Oh wow.
Heck yeah.
That's great. So let me.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's because of like we live in space time, which is an infinitesimal soap bubble floating within eternity,
Yeah, and there's
which is more than infinite
Yeah.
in every direction and any possibility.
So let me. So here's why I don't believe time exists. I believe gravity exists, but what duration do you say is present? How long does the present last? Like when you're in the present.
It's
how long?
eternity.
No, I mean like
Every
I'm not
present
talking-
is an eternity.
Eternity.
No,
I
but I'm
agree.
saying right now, like
eternity.
lasts
Yeah,
this long.
eternity.
Eternity
Like
lasts
that.
because there isn't
saying
any
right
chronological
now,
time
here,
in
not
eternity.
talking-
Everything happens like that, but faster. Eternity doesn't last a long
So-
time because there is
so
no.
is
you
there a
have to
present?
define it. Is it when it exits your mouth?
Is that
it
present?
when it enters your brain, or is it when the neurons fire?
It's
That's what I'm saying. How
before
long
all
is
of
present?
that.
How long
That's
is
what I'm saying.
It's
present?
always
before
going to be,
all of
and
that.
as far back as you can go. Is it when this or when that? It's always before all of that because it's outside of time, and the greater contains the lesser.
Here's why I don't think there's a present. And I'll tell you why there's not a present. If you're singing a song,
This has already happened.
there's no present because if you're singing a song, you only know the next note because you're anticipating it and you remember the note you just sang. There's no present. There's only anticipation in the past. And then when you're singing it, it's already in the past.
But because of eternity,
Well, yeah,
it's
I mean, I believe in
always the
eternity.
present. It's not. It's also never the present,
But think
and
about
it's
it.
also
Think
always
about it.
the
You
present.
could not sing a song if there wasn't a past in your memory. You
Right.
could remember. I could give you the words of the song, and you could read it.
And the only reason there is past is because we can refer
We
to
can
it.
remember it.
Yeah, because we have memory.
We remember it.
Yeah. Otherwise,
There's
there
no
would be
memory.
Infinity
past.
has a starting point,
Yeah.
and eternity
What was
does
that?
not.
Yeah.
Maybe you
He
told me about
is
it.
that he
It's
is,
hard-
and that is
exactly,
what
it's
eternity
already
is.
there.
Yes.
Was it Thursday? What's that theory?
Oh, last Thursday
It's
is
kind of like that one mind thing.
Have you heard of last
Where-
Thursdayism?
Yes.
The one I
We
do
are
believe in
all
the one mind.
from the cloud of consciousness.
Yeah.
And we each are sparks of
Even
the
the atheists
consciousness
think that.
of the
Yes, yeah.
source. Yes.
He-
Love
but
Jordan
he is a
Peterson.
smart
And I
man.
disagree
Very
with him
genius,
for
though.
yes.
Yeah.
But the digital download stuff that he talks about, I believe that's downloaded from the cloud. As it's almost like revelation and things that are given to individuals
The cloud.
into to help further.
That was
what it
that
is.
TikTok
Right.
post.
Like
It
how
is
we
that
found out
there-
flight
we
was
all
invented in
exist
multiple
as-
places at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's downloaded from the cloud.
We all exist as one entity, the bride of Christ, in a great cloud of consciousness, or the great cloud of witnesses.
Yeah.
And
that
then
was good. That was good.
we pilot from that place these avatars in space-time from eternity, because
Yes.
we were foreknew before we were born, before the foundations of the earth.
Right.
We pilot these because your avatar is tuned to the frequency of that spark of consciousness that is you, which makes it
Yeah.
whatever you is whatever everyone else isn't.
Yep.
That spark of God's consciousness. This is controversial, but it's not just a simulation. It's actually a computer simulation. I know we like to be super spiritual, but it's actually literally
yes, I do agree with
ones
that.
and zeros. A computer. The Matrix was right before it knew it was right. You were mentioning how time and gravity are the same things, which seem like mathematical situations, but they're not. They're actually deep spiritual concerns that are of the utmost importance to humanity.
I've said this for a long time. I believe we're in a simulation because, even like the Bible says that this existence is a type and shadow. And then I dove deep into the word shadow, and it just means a poor representation that simulates the real.
We see through a mirror dimly.
Yeah, so I think we're just totally in a simulation, and I think it's a God-given one and a God-made one. And I think that, hey, you going to bed?
So I guess my question is...
I miss you already.
Where are you sleeping?
I'm in the playroom.
The airport?
Yeah.
So I guess my question is...
Oh, there it is.
Khalil, you know where your bedroom is?
Yes.
Alright.
Is because I do believe what you're saying, and I love that
somebody
you challenge that like
watching
that,
that?
because at the same time I do believe
Yeah.
once you think that you know something, you
Whitfield
won't know
is.
anything.
And I hate to say the word challenge because you were right.
Well, I mean, I want to be
Just
challenged. That's the whole thing about
in
a conversation.
infinitesimal existence, like those are the only words we have. So you were 100% right, but 100% isn't enough to talk about eternal concepts. So
Yeah.
you're right, and I can't challenge how right you are.
But you can still add on to
But
that.
only in space-time are you right.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because that's where we are, and we need to honor where we are in order to deserve the next step of consciousness.
Yeah. So my question would be, what, for everyone really, it's like, what is the next step of consciousness? Because some people will say, all right, we're going to be in heaven, we're going to, praise all the time, gold streets and
I
everything.
hate to be
there's
this
a-
way, but you use the word next, which is chronological.
So where,
I believe,
I mean,
I believe
so
the
like,
natural. I believe the natural progression, which is also chronological. The closest thing would be Neo, when he discovered
We
that
are all the one.
that all the world around him was changeable because it was all just a simulation. So he learned how to fly. He learned how to change things. I think that's why Jesus walked on water. I don't think Jesus walked on water because it was like spiritual floating, whatever. I think it's like, oh, I know how to manipulate reality because it's not real.
We can make the molecules. I can make them dense right
I
here
can
where my
make
feet are
just walk
going.
across here.
I'm too drunk to
open
type.
up. I can open up this guy's eyes because his eyes are really just digital. They're just part of the simulation. So I'm going to fix the
Let me just
simulation.
fix
I'm gonna
this
the
bug.
code.
So
Yeah.
you think the disciples learned that while they were performing miracles on behalf of Jesus Christ?
I don't think they understood
You
it.
don't think they understood?
I think they
In
just.
the moment they did, they fell.
So
When you think
like the
it's
word
dead.
faith in Hebrew, the faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not yet seen. The word "yet" has to be put in there, not yet seen. I think they just look
That's
at
one of
like,
my
oh, it's
favorite
faith.
verses. That's one of my
It's
favorite.
faith. Oh, I believe this can happen, so it's going to happen. But I believe Jesus was like, well, I know why, and it wasn't super spiritual or spooky. It was like, oh, I'm just going to manipulate matter.
And there's
because-
nothing wrong with that.
Because have you ever the
Because-
double slit theory? I was going to say,
Yes.
and superposition, quantum entanglement. Like matter doesn't know what to be until it's observed. And the question is, did it already know what to be before you observed it, or is it just
No,
you helping it?
it
to
had
observe?
already happened and isn't anymore. And when you observe it, it is again.
Yeah. That's one I've got heard that.
We always live in the past. We call it our present, but our present is always the past.
Yeah.
This has already happened because eternity was like this, and we're a blip within that. This is done. when God imagines things, it's so beyond us that our very reality is the imagining of the next level of consciousness from us. And God is an eternal number of consciousness beyond us, but just one consciousness level beyond us. When they imagine something, we call it reality. We're experiencing the imagining of the next level of consciousness.
Yeah.
And then God is an eternal number of levels beyond that.
Yeah.
So let's bring it down to a basic thing. So back to particles becoming waveform or what was it?
Collapsing.
So they become a wave or a particle? Was that what it was? Like the
Sounds right.
Yes.
theory?
Yes.
Sounds right.
So
We have since learned that everything is a wave.
Yeah.
And
All of
can
it
collapse into a particle.
Yeah.
So I think when Jesus was saying, "Say unto the mountain, be removed, do not doubt, believe what you say will come to pass," I believe he was just saying, all of this can be changed. It's not set. It's not permanent. You want to move a mountain, you can move a mountain. You want to curse a fig tree, you can curse a fig tree. And it's interesting that if you tie what he said with Genesis, where it said God said, "Let there be light," there's some power in. And okay, let's.
By faith, we understand that the worlds were created by the Word of God.
So now let's go to words. Okay, do you know that there aren't, like right now, do you know why you're understanding what I'm saying? You're understanding it not because you're actually hearing anything. I am using my vocal cords to vibrate the air. And it hits your eardrum and it vibrates. And your mom said, "Dog." That vibration, dog. That's a dog.
Memory.
So it's all vibration. And everything,
Recognition.
they've proven that everything on the planet, this wood, this paint, everything has a vibration.
Yeah.
So I think that all ties into changing reality, because why did he said say it, but really think about it.
Say
Sound
it,
isn't a
name
real
it.
thing. Your brain is telling you what sound is. It's taking my vibrations and saying this vibration is a word.
Your
This-
words are more real than the mountain.
and frequency, this frequency. Even color, like I didn't know this till a couple years ago. Color is how frequent the light hits your eyes. It's nothing else but if it hits
It's
it a certain
math.
way, it's purple.
Yeah.
If it hits it
The
a certain
distance
way,
between
It's more rapid, it
the
changes
peaks
colors.
of the vibration.
Yeah.
And then
just the
redlining.
frequency.
And then
Right, if you go fast
color of
enough,
your
it's called
eyes, how you
redlining, right? Because it
retain
changes
such
to
a
red.
And we have cones just to detect the
So
frequency.
he's
Yeah.
colorblind. So
Are
that
you
means
colorblind?
there's a little. It's basically a bug in the software that says, "Oh, this color doesn't process right," but
You can call it a bug. I call it a feature.
it's a feature.
It's a feature.
That was funny.
It's a feature. It's not a bug.
How colorblind?
Partially. Red green.
Okay.
Deuteranopia, I think is what it's called.
Shoot. Red and green is like,
Yeah, that's pretty important.
but blue is the most important apparently for grounding
what
us
we-
and
yeah.
causing peace. If you can't see blue, it causes insanity.
I didn't know that. That's
Oh,
Which is
you
why
know-
both
you know
the
what
sky
y'all need to
and the
Google
ocean,
later
which
on?
is 90% of our existence, is blue.
Hey,
And did
Google
you
like
see
blue. It's my
how
favorite color.
penitentiaries keep the lights on, everything's white, and so are mental asylums, everything's white. It literally cancels blue. You get red, you get green, you get all these other colors, but no blue.
So it actually drives you
It
crazy.
actually drives you mad. Yeah,
Because you can't make money if you cure insanity.
yeah.
That's true.
War crimes actually dictated that as a torture tactic, but somehow
Having only white.
keeping the lights, like doing those bright fluorescent,
like just-
white
yeah,
lights.
yeah.
They never shut it off.
Yeah, that's torture.
And it is.
And white and fluorescent lights flicker at a pace that your eyes can't see,
get.
but your body
Yeah.
and mind can feel.
The
Yeah.
flicker fusion frequency. That's what it is. We all have the flicker fusion frequency, because everything, the lights, all of it, right? Yeah, it's all flickering. The TV, it's hertz, right?
And
It's
our
essentially
brain
hertz.
fills in the gaps.
Yeah.
Which is how optical illusions
Fuses
work.
it. Fuses it. Yeah. So like a squirrel's flicker fusion frequency is more rapid than ours, so their time experience is like quicker. That's also why dogs live in. There's like dog ages at a
Dog
different
years
rate
and
because they're
all.
also
Hey, you see that
experiencing
dog
at a
living
different
up
rate.
I did. I was following it. I was like,
Their
whose dog
experience.
is this? And is that the vision from a bee to an ant to a human
All different.
changes dimensions.
Flicker fusion frequency.
Yeah, so when an
So you're
ant is
experiencing-
crawling on my hand, it is experiencing
Time.
this flat table.
Right. Right.
But to us, we can see the curvature of it. To an ant, all it sees is flat table.
right.
A bee goes by heat and vibrations. It doesn't see what we're
So
seeing.
it probably
It's all
sees more
color.
truly.
Yeah, it sees truly. It's color and all that. And that.
Did you guys hear about that? Like they took
That's
like
where I
a
got it
synthetic
from.
fruit fly or whatever and put it in a
copy his brain.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
put it in a digital simulation. And it just
And then-
immediately started doing what a fruit fly does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Intuitively. I'm gonna go pollinate this plant. Oh, I gotta clean myself.
So we,
Yeah. It's designed.
So we were talking about
at a
color?
certain point, but we
Yeah.
have that.
Right. But the other thing, the final part of my thought on the flicker fusion thing with like the fly, right? You can move the grass is growing, but you don't perceive it growing. I believe God is closing the gap through space time. But
Because
it's
there is a
we
singularity.
can't perceive it because of how the rate that it's moving. Our flicker fusion frequency isn't allowing us to see as he approaches
Well, okay. how
until
would
it
you-
happens.
Well, okay. So in our linear, physical, testable time, we have been able to see that time is slowing down. So do you believe in a singularity that everything is coming to?
Yeah.
How do you know time's slowing down? I'm missing that.
Scientists have done a study from CERN where they have been able to show that the days are starting to shorten. Well, not slowing down, it's speeding up towards something.
I thought the days were getting longer.
The days are shorter.
Relativity for you.
Okay.
But whenever they tested it mathematically, it was showing that we're probably, 2 hours shorter than what an actual 24-hour day
Whoa.
is.
Whoa.
It's actually 22 hours.
And we don't
a
even
day,
notice it.
But we don't. So, like,
I
things are
missed that.
speeding up.
I think that's in the Bible. I think that's in Revelations. I think they talk about
That's
that.
what I was going to ask is, like, do you
Pretty
believe
sure
that
that's in
we
the
are
Bible.
going into a singularity, that everything is going
Yeah.
to, like Revelations, the heavens are going to be opened, the veil is going to be revealed.
Yeah, and we'll get a new heaven and new earth. Yeah.
But, I mean, us thinking that of a physical thing, we're thinking of the new Jerusalem, new heaven, and all that
Right.
stuff. But if we're thinking about in an infinite thing, what is that?
so when you're left, we were talking. I don't know if
I
you
don't
were
know.
talking about color. That there's
Yeah,
a
what
whole
is that?
article on like how words define time and space related to color, and that is they have this tribe that because they've never had a word for blue, they can't see blue. They call it. Now you might go, well, they just see green, but like even when you distinctly show them what we would call blue and another thing distinctly we call green, they just call it a different shade of green, or they can't see blue at all. You can give them a palette and it's got green, 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 and it goes into blue, and they only see the green and they don't see the blue at all.
And that's not because
Because
they
they
can't
don't-
just say that they see the blue. Like they don't have a word to
They're
say they
like-
see the blue. They literally
they're
don't
like,
see it.
That's nothing there. I had to read it deeper.
Yeah.
But it was just basically saying because they don't have a word for it, it doesn't exist.
Right, which is something
But it
I
seems
actually.
backward from we go, oh.
Yeah, years ago I tried to ask you about that with not that specifically, but like so if there's something that you know but you don't have words to describe it, can you explain it to anyone?
Well, yeah, you can't. Nobody can explain colors. That's the problem Kodak and Polaroid has. Like if I said right here, okay, if I said what color is this, you say red.
Alizarin
You say
crimson.
red, huh?
It's specifically alizarin crimson.
So red, red, red.
I was a painter for a while.
So we say red, red, red. But how do I know that your mom didn't point at something that would be my yellow and said that's red, and your mom told me something, and if you see something completely different than I see, say it's red. But we all look at it and go, yeah, we all agree that's red. And what if your red is yellow and your red is pink and my red is green? It doesn't matter. We all were told this shade we see
That's red.
is red. Right.
I think that was
So-
refuted by acknowledging that cones in your eyes actually literally
Yeah, but
do
we
decipher.
no, we do. We know
And that's
because
how I'm
colorblind. But the
colorblind.
reality is,
Frequencies.
how do you know? Describe to me red. Tell me what red is. Tell me
can
the
be
red you
measured
see.
by the frequency
No, but tell me
of
what you
light.
see.
Oh, I think you
Right.
can explain it
So we
through
would have to
math.
figure
I think
out
you're saying you can explain it through math.
and
But,
we
but
can
tell
say
me what you
color
see.
red
What describe this
is
red to me.
425 hertz.
Right. It's a hertz.
But can you describe this red? Tell me what you see. Uveitis, that's kind of close to what Washington died of.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't. They just, you know what they did? They're like, this guy, he can't. We're gonna bleed out all this blood. That's pretty much how he died. Yeah, he had uveitis.
That's how George Washington
I'm pretty sure,
died?
man. Let's see.
Bloodletting.
They
They're like,
just
hey, we gotta
let
heal
out
this
his
guy.
blood.
We gotta
It's
heal
like,
this
this
guy.
is
You got
gonna
leeches.
sick. You got sick blood, bro. We gotta get that sick blood out of you.
Uveitis refers to the inflammation of the uvula.
Yeah.
Medical historians believe George Washington died from acute bacterial epiglotticus, a much more dangerous,
So the
rapid
glands.
inflammation of that blocks the airway.
Yeah.
And then it said they drained roughly 80 ounces of his blood to reduce the inflammation.
Oh my
But we gotta get. This is swelling up. Let's get that blood out you.
Wow.
And then they gave him a mixture of dried beetles, molasses, and vinegar down his throat.
These dried beetles, that'll cure you.
Vinegar will dry out the blood.
And
So they filled
used-
him full of diuretics and dehydrated him, which concentrated the issue.
Yeah.
And they gave him the
Wow,
Spanish
what
fly.
great doctors.
Spanish fly, which I hadn't heard that in years, to create painful blisters on the throat so they could draw out the fluids.
Claw
Okay,
your-
here's the treatment. We're going to drain 40% of your blood. We're going to give you something that's going to blister your vein. We're going to force beetle juice.
Aren't we glad that
Dried
we,
beetles.
you know, evolved from the
I'm wondering what
How far? Well,
happens
how
is
far have we?
100 years from now.
How far
what are they
have
gonna
we,
say?
really?
in
Guess
the
what they used
last
to
20
do?
years, I'll say we jumped probably 50.
Guess what they used to
Okay.
do in the
Because we're able to
2020s?
make organs in
yeah.
space now.
Right.
It's
That's
all gonna
true.
be frequency.
That's true. We do that.
This
We've been doing
came
that for
out
years
in
now.
Maybe some
like
Star Trek
2019.
tool.
Yeah,
where
yeah, I've been reading that. Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be
remember reading that.
frequencies, and
Okay.
they're gonna laugh at us today. We will be
Well,
that
yeah,
someday.
what will be the
Yeah,
thing?
They're gonna
Yeah,
like
'cause
scan
it-
us with a frequency. Fix
You know what?
everything that's
It'll
wrong
be
with
like
us,
I
and laugh
can't.
at
I can't
how
believe
we
they were
used to take
growing
medicine.
vaccines on peanuts.
People are
That
already
kind of
doing
thing. They'd be like, these
surgery.
idiots
Yeah,
were using
people are already
peanuts
doing
to
it.
manipulate their vaccinations, which is why we have like peanut allergies and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be that
the
kind of thing.
cures to things are there. They just don't know how to make money off of it yet, or they don't have the consumers.
Can
to
we make
pay
a
for it.
It's
Can
the
we make a
pendulum.
cure
Yeah.
that loses
Back
its
in the day, we
effectiveness
knew
after
through
6 months so
herbalism
that
how
we
to
can
heal
take
ourselves.
a subscription fee? Can we cure cancer for 6 months at a time? Is that doable? And then we charge you?
Revolutionizes something, whether it's technology, medicine, whatever. Most companies got to find a way to market it so that you can make enough money from the development of it, and then the cost of developing it. They got to recoup that money before we can really sell it and make some real money. They got to have a plan on
And then
marketing
dilute it so that it doesn't
Yeah.
completely
That's
heal
like-
you,
like-
so that
like-
you need it forever.
Yeah, like they
And
say
I
the
think
CDs.
they're gonna roll that out.
They
whenever
talk about
we
how
come
long
out
they
with
had
new
compact discs
currency.
before they could sell them.
Whenever, because the currency that we
It-
have, they've already said
It'll be
it's
just
dying.
in time.
They already said it's dying. Yeah.
You
So whenever
that
that
movie
new currency is,
In
that
Time.
that Elon Musk talks about all the time, that everything's going to be, you know, digital. Everyone's going to end up with not infinite, but a large bank account numbers. I think that's when they're going to roll that stuff out, and they're going to be like,
There's
say,
a lot
let's
of
call
evil
it
that comes with
credits.
that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like in
Credit.
time.
You can call it credit,
Did you guys
but
ever
what they're
have you ever
already
seen that?
doing in China is what it's going to be.
Social credit?
Social
Yeah,
credit.
social credit. Yeah.
And in order for us to have universal high income like Elon Musk talks about, you have to have a social credit score. Because then someone's going to say, should a rapist get a universal high income? Should an illegal migrant who rapes and pillages and murders people in your country be getting from your country a universal high income? Well, then we need some sort of way to measure it. It is inevitable
Yeah.
that we end up with something exactly like China has been doing for some time now.
I think
10
And it
plus
will be
years.
people.
It's been at least
It
10
is
years.
not a good thing.
And it's in the last
We pull
20
the
years.
tomato.
China's
if
been
you
doing
pull
it
a
for like-
tomato off your hamburger, you need to lower your social score.
That's -5.
And then
Minus
you
5
put
points.
ketchup on it. Like, you just
What are you
pulled a
doing?
tomato.
Why'd you even take the
What's
tomato
it-
off?
Has anyone watched the
It's a
movie
refined
Player Zero?
tomato.
No, I haven't.
What?
No, Player 1, Player 0.
Player
I haven't
One
seen
or
any of
Player
those.
One or
Yeah.
Player
You haven't seen
Zero?
Player One?
Yes, Player One.
Ready,
Everyone
Player
needs
One?
to watch that
Oh,
movie
that's
because
is
that
it
is
dude
what it's going to
racing
be.
or whatever.
Well,
Oh,
that's
the
how
Oasis?
Yeah,
That's
the Oasis?
That's
I thought
the
you might have
Oh,
distraction.
that's like metaverse
Black
stuff.
Mirror
That's the
episode.
distraction of the movie. If you pay attention to the system that he's living in,
Oh,
that's the real
okay.
point of the movie. That's what we're headed to.
Have you ever seen In Time
It's
with
how
Justin
humans
Timberlake?
die. It's willingly. We vote for
In
it.
Time, the
and
movie
we
In
give
Time with Justin
ourselves,
Timberlake?
Just like in The Matrix.
Yes.
We all
You should.
jump into our pod.
That's what
and
it's gonna
it
be like.
uses us, and then we willingly live in this simulation.
I'm not doing that.
We will vote for it, and we will do it.
I'm
or
not
we
getting
will
in.
die.
We will.
Like,
I'd rather get
you can
killed.
be
I'm gonna be
destroyed,
beheaded.
or
I'm
you
not
can
getting
do
in
that.
that. Yeah, they'll
And
behead
many
me.
will be beheaded, but
They'll behead me. I'm not getting in that.
I
What's
But
it called again? What'd you say?
I don't believe it's the mark.
just
I'm
like
being so
The
for real.
Matrix.
I don't.
I still,
In
it doesn't matter to me. I just don't want to be part of
You
it.
don't want to be
I
part
just
of
don't
that.
want to be
Yeah,
part
you
of
don't want to
it.
be part of that like
Better than
200 whatever
reality.
year.
This is
period
crazy.
that it
Decides
takes.
Yeah, I'm like,
give
this is
our
insane. I don't want
lives
to be in it.
Yeah.
Just kill me.
Simulation willingly, so that it doesn't just murder us, but we live in a half form of life. We will willingly do that because we don't want to not be.
Yeah.
And so we will live like in the Matrix. We'll be in a little pod, and it will farm us.
Yeah, you can take COVID as an example.
I do think it's an
You can
inevitability.
take the Epstein files as an example.
Mm-hmm.
We started a war over taxation. It wasn't taxation, not having a vote in government.
No representation.
Mm-hmm.
We have all these things that we should have showed up at the White House lawn, burning it down. None of us did that.
It's true.
Everything that's going to happen from here on, it's going to be accepted. There will be people speaking out about it and protests and stuff, but I guarantee you that will die down very, very
I think the
fast.
COVID stuff
Yeah.
is a good example of that people are going to just do whatever.
COVID let us know that it already happened.
Yeah.
If it was ever going to happen, that we would willingly resign to a simulation, it already has happened. If it's possible that in the future we could simulate a reality more real than the one that we currently live in, which is very possible.
And that's the thing about player one
Yes.
is that there's people on the street that give up organs or whatever or their entire life to live in this simulation with a set point of credits to live this other life.
They will live in black and white because they couldn't afford color just to exist.
Just to be a part of the, let's call it the American
Immortality
dream or
is the
life.
ultimate desire of humanity. It is the ultimate human condition that we all desire immortality, which is why it was coded into us by God Himself that we multiply and we conquer. We create progeny so that we are immortal through them. That's the only way we can be immortal, is that I pass my name. And if that's all I've got, we do that. So we definitely accept Ready Player One reality. We definitely do that. And if it's ever going to be possible, it has already happened. Which is how we live in a simulation now.
Doing it right now.
That's what
We're
I just
already
said.
in
We
Ready
are
Player
in
One.
it, because if it's ever going to happen, it already has.
I want out.
And you would never know, because this is actually truly better than the reality we all resigned from.
Yeah. I think
We all
schizophrenics
resigned from
figure it
reality a
out.
long time
What's
ago.
that?
I think schizophrenics figure it out.
I mean, this all sounds like Gnosticism to
They
me.
see through the
But
veil.
it's all Gnosticism to me.
Everything for
They
what
don't
it
think in
actually
ones and
is,
zeros.
and they are ready to get out.
Real, before we get too far away from it, In Time with Justin Timberlake, everyone is divvied out
That's a great movie.
Thank you. Okay, so you have seen it. Everybody's divvied out in a
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, the
It's
singer.
called a movie In Time.
I call it Just in Time because
Yeah.
it's with Justin In
Oh,
Time
talking
with
about when
Justin
they count
Timberlake.
down on their arms.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
So until
The
you're like
coolest thing
18.
about that movie, I don't care what nobody said. The coolest thing about that movie is the LA River. Have y'all ever been to the LA River?
Yeah, have we been to the LA?
Every movie we ever seen has been in the LA River.
It,
The Terminator,
Bad
Grease,
Boys, yeah,
Wait,
all
you
of that
talking
is the
about-
LA
you talking
River.
about
I actually walked down it. It was cool. Like, okay,
I mean, yeah, they have filmed so much stuff
every
in there.
movie, all the movies
They've
you ever
filmed
seen,
so many movies in
was
there.
in the LA River.
No,
That was
you're
my
fine.
thing with that. When I said, "Oh, they're in the LA River again," yeah.
But yeah, the short thing, because it's kind of on the social credit and all that, is so in Just in Time was once you have a unlimited budget until you become an adult, and then you're given a set amount of time. You can work to get more time, and then when you run out of time, though, you expire. But you can essentially be immortal.
And you
because
can
you can
give
just
other
keep
people
adding
your time.
You can get more time.
Because they
And
were
you can
running out
just
of
have
time. Here, take some
unlimited
of my
time.
time.
There's a
Yeah.
movie just like that.
Honestly, it
called,
was a socialist thing. It was
It's very
pushing a
socialist.
socialist agenda.
Yeah, right. But that's all. Before we move
Right.
away from that, I wanted to say that. Now we can move away. We can move
So-
away now.
Satan doesn't have access to God in heaven. It's clear.
What about in Job?
No, in
No,
Job,
that was the world. He said, "I'm
in-
coming through and throw."
In Job, the
looking
angels
over-
all go up to talk to God, and the Satan comes up there as well.
yeah, but it
But
says if you do it in context with, I think it was Jacob.
Okay.
There was a stairway. There was a stairway. Was it Jacob's stairwell or whatever?
Right.
Where angels
Jacob's
go
ladder.
up and down. Okay, Jacob's ladder. But God come to earth. He would come to earth, and Satan would come.
Oh,
To
so he
be
was
him.
holding a council
He was
on
holding
the
a
planet.
council
Yeah,
on
there was
earth,
a
and
planet.
Satan
It was a
would
council
come.
with
He's
God's
been
seven
kicked out.
sons.
He's been kicked out of heaven. He's not going back up there. He's
And
been
then yeah,
kicked
he
out.
shows me. So I've been. Where have you been? I've been roaming
He
about
was
here and
roaming
there,
around,
trying to
living in
devour.
my land, yeah.
The
That's
devil
the earth
has no
is
access to
it.
God,
No.
and he's not a tool of God.
his
Because the
name is
Bible
not
says, "Don't be
Lucifer.
deceived.
That's where I
Only
agree.
every
name's
good
Abaddon.
thing comes from God. Every
Satan
evil
has
thing comes
had
from
a
evil."
new role.
Abaddon.
He's
I
not.
believe
He's
that
not
we
God's
all have
pit bull.
roles.
Apollyon.
The devil's not God's pit bull.
No,
I don't
Satan.
think we ever thought that. did we?
Lucifer will be in heaven.
No.
Controversial.
Wait, but he's
I
going
don't
to be
think
thrown
there's
in
no
the pit of
biblical
hell.
basis.
He's going to be thrown in the lake of fire.
I don't know if
I don't
people
believe
read
in hell.
Y'all
Enoch,
really went there.
but
now.
And I'm happy to
I don't know if
explain
hell.
why.
I don't know if humans go to hell, but hell's definitely made for the
The
angels.
Catholic Church did not.
Yes.
Hell is not.
Hell's absolutely made for the
ever
angels.
mentioned in the Bible a
The
single
Catholic
time.
Church
Oh,
is the one that
Sheol.
excluded the book of Enoch.
No.
Sheol.
Hell
I'm
is
referring to
a
Sheol
Every
or
time
the
the word
pit.
hell is used,
The
it's
pit.
Gehenna. Burned their trash, and the flames never died.
That were meant to be able to know the time, know the mathematics, geography, all those different secrets of heaven. They came down, and then it just mate with man. They taught them these things that were not ready to be taught. So there was a timeline that God had to teach us these things, but the Watchers came down and taught us all of it right.
I think the
in the
Jehovah's
wrong
Witness
time.
called
Yeah,
them
that's not in my Bible, unfortunately.
Nephilim.
No, because
So here,
Enoch,
I'm gonna
Enoch's
give you-
not in my
I'm gonna tell you how
Bible.
Jesus.
Neither of them.
The
Repeat what you
Catholic
said.
Church took
Yeah,
that
I
out.
don't have Enoch in my
Look, here's how
Bible. I want to
Jesus
read it.
refutes. They said this guy drives out demons by the spirit of Satan or by the spirit of demons.
If
And he said a house divided against itself. If I drive out demons, who do your sons drive? A house divided will not stand. If the devil is working for God and he's fighting God, he's fighting the devil, then the house is
They're not.
divided.
That's why
But
it's-
yeah,
that's
wait,
why
no,
I'm saying that
I
the
understand where
word
his standpoint is. He's
time
saying
Satan
they're not
is not
fighting.
a
They're not
terrible
fighting.
God.
Satan.
He doesn't visit God. He doesn't see God. He doesn't
He
do
is
any of
the
that on
accuser.
in heaven.
He is
There's
the
no
one that
biblical
brings
reference.
The accuser.
The accuser, yes, the one that brings familiar spirits that sit there trying to throw petitions to God, saying he did this, blah 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 blah. I don't.
In
believe-
Isaiah 14:12, the traditional interpretation, Lucifer appears before God
Oh, in
in
Isaiah.
the heavenly court and reports
Yes, he holds
on
court
his
on earth.
activities
He
But
holds
it's
court
a
on
heavenly
earth.
court.
of him
though.
roaming
Yeah, but it's
through
a
earth,
heavenly
and
court
then
on earth, like an
engages
ambassadorship.
and then
Just like
engages
whenever,
in dialogue with the Lord.
If the
about
United Nations
testing
met and
Job.
whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree with any of that. But that court is just like an ambassadorship.
That's
It's
the
held.
same thing. Whenever
It's not held in
Jesus-
heaven. It's held
Yeah,
on
but the
earth.
Bible doesn't
It's
say
the
that.
court.
I appreciate.
The Bible does
Well,
not say that.
If you
I
take,
appreciate
if you
that
take the time
perspective,
that
though.
Jesus was out traveling with two other people, and an angel came down and he said to take off your sandals, that this is holy ground. That is almost like a holy court, right
on
there.
earth.
On earth.
On earth.
Okay. Heavenly court on earth.
Yeah.
That this is holy ground. Wherever you are, I am coming to you. This is now a holy
The Bible
ground.
even, you know what the Bible even says? No one has seen the face of God except the Son of God. So,
Okay,
like,
so now you're going where I'm going.
so here's
That's- yeah.
My thing is, and I'm
So
not
if
trying
the
to jump
devil,
in.
like, if he's seeing
But
him
let's
face
say
to
we
face, I don't
here
think
on
God's
earth,
coming down. I think it's a
We're
court
told that God's
representing
name
an
is
ambassador.
this,
angel
God's
or
name
Jesus?
is that,
But not
God's
that
name
it
is this.
matters in
But
what
I sometimes, I kind of feel like
None of this
God
are
is
essential.
actually
But I'm with you.
such a
Yeah.
superior
Like,
and
and
high
I
being.
honestly hope
so
that
we
every
can't
one of you
actually
disagree with
say
me to keep this
the
conversation
actual
interesting.
name.
That's
but
because his name
honestly,
is
I
the
don't
breath.
believe in hell
We shorten
either,
it to
because
God.
it's never
The
mentioned
breaths
in
you
the
take between words, that's God's name.
Okay,
What?
that's what I'm saying. It's his name.
But
might
it's
be
not. It's not.
Yeah.
This many.
Hell
This many.
exists,
It
guys.
might be that.
Well, I leave
And
it
they
there, 'cause I
needed
can't go
Lucifer
past
to
that
become
right there. I'll
Satan
leave it.
to make him more influential so they could control humanity, because the Pope sat at the right hand of the king and wielded more power in some regards, and so they needed the Lucifer to have horns, a pitchfork, and a tail, and to be scary. But we assigned it like the devil made me do it. The devil's always listening.
Yeah.
No, the devil is not omnipresent. He is not omniscient. He is not God. He is none of those things, and hell is never once mentioned in my Bible. Ever.
So,
Ever.
you know, you're making me think of an interesting thing. When Jesus was tempted, one of the temptations was that the devil said, he showed him all the kingdoms of the earth.
Yeah.
And he said, these belong to me, and if you'll follow me,
I'll give them all.
I'll
to
give
you.
them to you. And Jesus didn't say, that's not true, you're a liar. He
He
just
said,
said,
"Thou shalt not worship
right.
a god other than."
So that kind of makes me
Father.
think that, yeah, Satan could have, I mean, not to say he would have kept his word, but he could offer that because it was his.
Right.
Well,
and
that's
he makes
what-
that's why you make
that's
people
what
make deals with the
his
devil.
world.
He's the God of this
With
world.
Prince.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that brings us back to my question.
And
is
we're back
that
in
when I
Gnosticism.
asked,
It's
who
all
is the
Gnosticism.
one-
Everybody's freaking
if
Gnostics.
If you say that Lucifer's working for God, then who is the one that is causing the what's the word used in Revelation? I want to say confused, but it's not confused. Not deception either. It says if you were to read these words or see these words and believe in me, and Satan or Lucifer was able to, it's another word for confused, but I'm trying to remember the actual word that
Yeah.
he uses.
Was it confound? So nothing exists outside of God, because the greater contains the lesser. Lucifer was created by God. God wastes nothing and is not the author of confusion. Lucifer has a job.
So free will.
Yes, he has.
What
a
does that
role,
mean? That
But-
means he has a boss. Who is his boss?
Does free will
But he
exist?
has. But
He
free
works.
will doesn't.
Wait,
for
does
God.
free will
And
exist?
he was given a certain
Not for
role
angels.
and guidelines.
No, but I'm
that
just
he
saying,
has
does
to
free will
operate.
Free
as a
will
concept-
exists, but not for
So
angels.
there's something that exists apart from God.
Not for angels.
Free
Nothing.
will.
Nothing.
No, free
To
will
use
exists
the-
apart
no,
from God.
no.
Free will.
Absolutely
No, he
not.
made free will, but if you choose something separate, it's apart from God.
To be made
It
is to exist inside
Free
of God.
will
You can choose to be apart from
Because he's
God.
the-
Give me the
It
Bible
was said
verse that angels don't have free will.
angels
Just give me
believed
that Bible
that they did
verse.
not know what they already
Fair.
knew.
I didn't know that one. Yeah, I've always thought that, but you're
But
right,
they
I don't
had
have a verse for
developed
it.
Something that thought that they were either were being lied to or changed by God, and that they.
This is one of the,
their
y'all having
understanding
one of those,
was better.
one of
so that's
those,
why
one of
they
those
went.
borderline.
That
Well, not borderline.
is
One of
where we
those
took
such
stories
such
like
a tight edge
ancient-
conversations.
ancient-
That's what y'all doing.
ancient stories like
When I
Gilgamesh,
looked it up-
and we amalgamated them into the Bible.
When I
Enoch
worked at the
wasn't-
Salvation Army,
Enoch,
Yeah.
the
Right.
Enoch
Enoch is not
was
a valid
somewhere
was
in there.
taken out
And there's a
of
reason
the
for
Bible.
somewhere
There's a
in there,
reason
I
for
said
By the Catholic Church.
Me and these guys were talking
There's a
one
reason.
day,
And it's a
and we
good
was
one.
like, "Well, Jesus
I
Christ was a
believe.
man, right? Look,
I
yeah,
got
he was a
you.
man." I said, "Okay.
Have you
Jesus
heard
Christ was a
of
man." I said, "Did he have the
Wesley-
desires of a man?" No. I said, "Wait. He was a man, right? So he
Here's
was a
this
boy."
guy. He's like
Yeah, he was a boy.
the
Okay.
world's like
Did he have
foremost
fear?
expert on the ancient.
Yeah, I'm
All
sure he
the,
had fear.
original
Okay.
scripts, he knows all the original.
Did he ever see
And he
a
explains
woman
why things made it
and
to
said,
the
"Man,
canon
she's
and
so
why they
pretty.
didn't?" And Enoch
Oh my God,
is
I
an
would love
extremely
her. I would love
corrupt.
to make love to her
it's-
that I would love to be
It's
with.
not
Did he
something-
have
it has some
desires
insights, but it's
of a
not something you
man?
can
Did he
use
ever have the
theologically.
desires that a man
Not as a
has?
theological
Did he have
argument,
fear?
no.
Did he have confusion? Did he
Oh,
have
but as a way of
anger?
understanding
And so it's like,
things
well, you're not
now.
supposed to ask those type of questions. I was like, you're
I
not
would
supposed to
say
ask those type of
nature.
questions. This is
you heard of Wesley
what
Huff?
the Salvation
Yeah,
Army
I have.
officer
I
told
know
me.
who you're
You're not supposed
Yeah.
to ask those type of
His
questions.
reputation.
I was
I
like,
still
really?
take it that it's
I
not
said, well, you just
part of,
guaranteed
like,
that I'm
an
going to
actual
always
reality.
ask those type of questions by
We can define
saying
just
that.
like we can
Because he
define
told me
the
I'm
Bible.
not supposed
I
to
think it
ask
is
that
an
question.
explanation of the science.
See,
that we
every
use.
That's the
question's
kind of
allowed.
conversation y'all having.
Questions are allowed. All
I
questions are
So I was
definitely
allowed.
agree
like,
that there are some
but I'm saying,
insights
if
in the
he
book
walked
of
the
Enoch
earth and he was a human,
that
if he
are
was
valid.
as a human man,
Yeah.
he was anointed, But as a human
I
man,
thought you late. I was like,
Yeah, of course.
okay,
That-
if he
that's all
could, if he
that
could
going on.
physically
It's
touch
not
the
that
water
everything
and the
in book of
wine,
Enoch
Yeah.
is true,
right?
because we can go into
That means he
the
was here.
Feast of
He
Solomon,
walked
talking about
with
the
us.
demon worship and,
Okay,
you know, the
that
ring
means
and
somebody
all
could
that
have
stuff.
struck him. Somebody could have touched him. He could have. He touched the
I'm
lepers,
taking it
and
as
healed them.
there
He
are
did these
things
physical,
that you can take from the book of Enoch.
things. He threw
Even
the
in
he
our
threw the
scientific
predators out of the temple.
understanding, and
He did physical
bring
stuff.
back
With a whip.
to
That means he
actual
pulled a whip
biblical
out and whooped
scripture.
somebody's behind.
As far as, like,
Okay,
the way the
so if he did
planets
all of
move,
these things,
stars,
did he not have
why
the same
that,
feelings if he
well,
saw
I
a
think
beautiful
yes, he did.
woman?
I think he did.
See?
See,
that's why I'm like, so he had to see a woman like, oh my gosh,
There's a
she's
scripture
fine.
says he was tempted in all manners, like
Kinda
Right.
without
There
sin.
you go.
All
There
man.
you go.
So,
He
but
so
I
they
don't
told
think
me.
being an attractive woman wouldn't
things
make
that have
sense.
no
Well,
relation.
right, but I was
it
just
uses
I
the
was just
story of
asking a
Gilgamesh.
question, and they told
It
me don't
uses-
ask it.
Oh no, you should.
No,
ancient
yeah,
I'm like,
no, that's
come on,
something's wrong
man.
with that guy.
Religion.
Something's wrong with that guy.
Come on, man.
Those
I
are
can
questions
ask
you're
any
supposed to
question.
ask.
The
I
gods
can
of
ask any
Egypt
question
and
about that I'm
at
supposed to be able to answer. I can
I
ask
didn't-
any of
I'm
them.
not talking about
Yeah.
that.
So
Agreed.
it takes things that are similar
Agreed.
to the stories of the Bible, and it like
crazy.
blurs the lines because they're so similar. So it's really dangerous. There are some valid perspectives, and I appreciate the Book of Enoch, but it is not safe.
Well, no, I agree. The only point
Which
that I go
Enoch?
to in the book of Enoch is when it talks about the explanation of lightning.
Enoch 1 or
But
Enoch
as far
2?
as like the planets,
Both.
Okay.
Yeah,
They're
it's
the
both.
same.
It's both.
And Wesley Huff, if you've never heard of
Oh,
him,
I know Wesley Huff. Yeah, he's
his-
great.
He explains why the Book of Enoch needs to be excluded from your thought process.
It's
entirely.
Apocrypha. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the map is the apocrypha. On the map, on the map, on the map. I'm like, I don't believe in the map. I don't. Okay, nobody ever watched it.
Is it? No, I'm trying to get your
It's doing
joke.
this, how would the map be part of Enoch or?
Oh, you're saying he's the maps.
I'm like, that's totally not a god.
That's not God at
How
all.
many times you say the map? You're not the map.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, my humor might be above.
It's
it's above
It's
that.
so far above my
It's so
head.
far above they like I'll never get it.
Someday I aspire.
Yeah, I got a lot of jokes and none of them funny, but I got a lot of them.
I'm sure they're deep though.
They are.
You gotta
So-
think about it.
I'm gonna go to bed because I want to get up and help clean and get the boat to the dock and drag a jet ski.
Yeah, I'll get up and help however I can.
I need you to we have a paddle.
I
and
don't
an old
sleep,
jet-
so I'll be there.
It's a jet ski. Can you paddle a jet ski to the dock?
Yes, so.
Man,
Well,
yeah.
that's it.
I'll get in the water and use natural gas.
Well, that reminds me. I wish your wife wasn't here. I'd tell you how to turn a gas to a solid, but your wife's sitting there, so never mind.
Well, at least somebody here has a little decorum. Go to bed.
Go to bed. We have some men jokes to talk about. Okay, no, she'll like this one. She'll like this one.
Uh-oh.
So, so Johnny turned 16 years old, and he was at his birthday party, and his 75-year-old grandpa comes by, and his grandpa says, "Johnny, when I was your age, I was 16, and I was your age, and I was walking through the woods, and a bear jumped out in front of me. I pooped my pants." And
That's the right response.
Johnny said, "That's okay. If I saw a bear like that, I'd poop my pants too." He goes, "No, when I went,
Dirty, clean jokes. This is a computer tech joke.
Okay.
oh, I
You
bet
not
I
gonna
know
know
it.
it.
I bet
All
I know.
right.
Go ahead."
So, Jesus and the devil had a competition. All right. So they had a competition that went on for millennium. It went on for millennia. So they both sitting at their computers and they're going at it and going at it and going at it, and they're compiling all this data about humans and all this data. And then somebody kicked the plug out.
Mm-hmm.
Who won?
Jesus won because Jesus saves.
That's right.
That's a computer tech joke. I know it's corny, but it still
Jesus
works.
had that backup.
He had a backup.
He
He was in the cloud. He had that cloud.
Yeah, because he saves.
Isn't that great cloud of witnesses? That's what it was. It was the
That's
backup.
that's like a computer tech joke I heard when I first.
Oh, here we go.
got it.
Let's hear it.
I was
Let's
like,
hear it.
okay.
Cliff,
Come on,
let's
man,
hear
that
it.
is corny. Then I
How
heard
do
like
you-
10 other guys say
Wait,
that same
Cliff's
joke.
got one. Cliff's
I got one. How do you wipe your butt with one toilet paper
Oh my God.
piece?
You don't?
How do you do it?
That's a new one.
You only got one.
I ain't
Careful.
heard that one. This might be kind of
I'll
nasty.
show you. All right, this is a paper towel, but we're gonna call it a piece of toilet paper.
Okay.
All right. So you take it. Well, I'm actually gonna rip this in half. We won't use that. All right. So you take it. This is your toilet paper.
Okay.
piece.
That's that good double plastic.
Yeah.
right there.
This is triple ply right here.
Okay.
Okay. You fold it. All right. Hang on to this corner. You want to fold it again. Wrong corner. This one. You want to take that, rip it off, put it to the side. So then, you want to fold it. Got this hole here, right? Put your finger up through there. Go in. Wipe it all the way out. When you pull your finger out, you use this to wipe it off. Then this piece of paper here, it's like a nice little towelette. I can get it open.
We are in the simulation.
Just clean it. That's how you do it. One piece of paper.
There you go. That's how it's
That
done.
probably is the most
Yeah,
efficient.
That's actually, no, I feel like that wasn't a joke. You're like, I have a joke. It was not a joke. That was very serious. That was very
There are
serious.
many parts of the world where they have to use their bare hands. So
Yes.
yeah,
So
you would need to
you
know
only
that
got
right
one
there.
piece of toilet paper.
You teach a
alright?
man to fish or
Appreciate
teach
it.
a man to
I
wipe.
appreciate it.
There you
Teach a
go.
man
There
to
you
why
go.
he'll fish for a day.
Oh, you can use this as cat feed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cat
Teach a
feed.
man to wipe and he'll smell good forever.
Yeah.
What is that's disgusting.
I'm just thinking about it. I can see it.
Which is why you on the right hand, because it was the left hand of dishonor that they used to clean themselves.
Yep.
You only shook the right hand.
Now he really went there.
I didn't know this until probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago. The sponge that they gave Jesus was what the Romans used to wipe their.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the sponge that they used to give him vinegar.
All right.
The
I'm gonna
communal
switch- I'm gonna switch
sponge.
to another
A
joke.
little extra musk.
I'm gonna switch to another joke. So, you know, Tennessee and Georgia are pretty close together.
Contiguous.
As long as it's not the Florida-Georgia line, I hate them.
You know, like, so there's some land just right up the road from here, about 100 acres, and this dude from in Georgia, he bought it, and it's right up to the Tennessee line.
We gotta clean up.
And so he was out there hunting, and he shot a duck. Boom! Shot a duck, and it landed right on the line of the Tennessee line and the Georgia line. This duck landed right there. So he went over there to get the duck, right? The new Georgia guy went over to get the duck, and he picked it up, and this Tennessee guy goes, no, wait, this is my land. And he's like, yeah, but I shot the duck. He goes, no, but your duck landed on the Tennessee-Georgia line, and we got Tennessee rules here, because I'm in Tennessee. And he said, okay, what's the rules? He goes, we're gonna kick each other as hard as we can in the midsection, right up there between the legs. We'll kick each other as hard as we can. And whoever can endure it gets to keep the duck. And he's like,
Whoever what?
whoever can endure or,
endure.
or endure the kick,
Oh my
whoever
gosh.
can handle it the best gets
I'm
to
out.
keep the duck. So the Georgia guy goes, well, I want that duck, sure. So the Tennessee guy, he gets ready and he just rears back and wham, as hard as he can, right between his legs. And the dude's like, and he's rolling around, okay. My turn. The guy goes, nah, you can have the duck.
That is wrong.
That's a good
That
one.
is wrong.
I only appreciate it because the guy from Tennessee won.
There you go.
Back when they were,
Uh-oh, can we get
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You
Back
can
when
sit
they
in
used
the
to
background.
You see what?
back when there used to be like milk deliveries.
Oh, okay.
This one woman had heard that a good milk bath was really good for the skin, so she was ordering a bunch from the man that was delivering milk. He's like, "Do you want pasteurized or unpasteurized?" She thought about it for a second. She said, "Just up to my tits is fine."
Yeah.
Fill them up. Straight gas jug. Oh my goodness.
You don't want it to go pasteurized, you can drown.
No, not past my eyes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I'm headed to bed too.
yeah, you better after that.